Hello pilots and friends. So you have DCS, you either brand new or coming from jets, and now you want to try some World War II flying. Not a problem. You should already have T-51 and it's perfect place to start. In this video I'll show you how to set up the T-51 or P-51 for maximum fun flying, so that will include controls, flight and landing. In the next episode I'll show you how to blow up stuff with T-51, so subscribe. Okay, let's start with control setup. This is easiest to do already in the air, so you can test them. Open the mission editor, pick any map, place a T-51 or P-51 at about 5,000 feet, set it as a player, save it, jump in. Once you're flying, hit escape, adjust controls, axis commands. First, this is very important. World War II planes don't just use throttle. Engine RPM matters too. If you have dual controls, perfect. One for throttle, one for engine RPM settings. If not, still bind engine RPM somewhere. Trust me, you will need it. Okay, I'll give you a basic on RPM. High RPM means great climbing and dogfighting performance, but burns fuels fast. Low RPM is excellent for relaxed cruising and fuel economy. Key numbers to remember. The green zone on the gauges, you can cruise all day. 2700 RPM and 46 manifold pressure, maximum continuous power. Around 3000 RPM and 61 manifold pressure, that's great dogfighting power. You have about 15 minutes of that before engine suffers. WEP, 3000 RPMs, 67 manifold pressure. You have about 5 minutes of that before you become a very heavy glider. In dogfights, I usually keep RPM high and just work the throttle. This way the prop acts like an air brake. Great for overshoot and speed control in the dives. Okay, now joystick. Proper setup will save your life. Most controls are fine by default, but pitch tuning is huge. Right click pitch, tune axes. Okay, make sure that red dot stays in the dead zone. You can touch your joystick gently. If the red dot comes out of that, you can make the dead zone a little bit bigger. And I would recommend that for every axis. This way your trim will work much better. Okay, but what's really important in pitch is saturation Y. Lower it. For P51 and T51 I use around 56. This gives you more of your joystick movement kind of, because if you leave it at 100, the moment you pull even a little bit too hard, the plane will fall out of the sky. So lowering this will prevent stalls. You have more movement in your joystick, and if you really pull hard you can still stall out. I also add a small curve for smoother aiming when you're just touching your joystick gently. And remember, every plane is different. For example, Spitfire, I dropped that to around 30%. Also, curve your rotor. The Mustang rotor is powerful, so this helps in gentle movements. Okay, next, trim. At least bind pitch and roll trim. You use trim constantly when you're flying straight, just like real World War II pilots. Wind, speed, altitude, fuel, and even weapons affect it. Also, in the beginning of the game, I like to pre-trim it on the ground for easier takeoff. Okay, next, flaps, gears, and brakes. Mustang flaps are amazing. You can bind them to buttons, and then you have 10-degree steps, I think 5 of them, or any axis. So like 10 degrees are like your combat flaps, and they're great for dogfighting. But if you get slow, you can deploy full flaps, which can help with overshoot and in a slow fight. For more dogfighting tactics, check out this playlist. Also, make sure to bind landing gear, you don't want to be that guy, and wheel brakes. You can do pedals or have a button. And last thing, if you're in P51 and not T51, make sure to bind gun safety. Go back to your mission editor. Put your aircraft near an airfield and switch this to take off from runway or take off from parking hut. On this one you will need to taxi though. Once you're a pro you can take off from the ground too, but it's a little bit rough. Save it, jump in. Okay, let's go for a quick flight. Hot start, engine running. Trim slightly to the right to counter the torque. This plane is so powerful you really don't need flaps, but you can drop them here partially. Set RPM to about 80%. Taxi gently with throttle and rudder. Line up, then slowly feed the throttle in. At about 100 miles per hour, gently pull up. Then once you're in the air, gear up, flaps up, and trim it up. And you're flying. For cruising, pull RPM and throttle into a green zone, or stay at 2700 RPM and 46 manifold pressure. Okay, flying and stalls. When you turning sharp, hear that whistle sound? That's your stall warning at high angle of attack. If you're pulling hard, try to avoid pitching and rolling at the same time. Pick one or the other, or like pitch up and then roll. Pitch up, roll. In a dogfight, for example, you'll keep the plane way more stable. And like I said, listen for whistling. The Mustang will tell you when you're pushing too far. Okay, landing. Target landing speeds around 130 miles per hour. At 165, you can drop gears and full flaps. Once you're right over a runway, zero throttle, gently flare for 3-point landing. And gently tap the brakes if you're using a button. Brake too hard and the Mustang will flip on its nose. And that's it, you're done. That's your basic setup for fun. There's more to learn. Cold start, supercharger control, and advanced stuff. But that's only if you want to become a P51 Pro. Next episode, ground attack with T51. So subscribe if you want that. My goal is 10,000 subscribers. And if we hit that, I'll work on a Jolly Roger World War II fun server with custom mission and scenarios that will rotate. So spread the word. Have an awesome DCS day, play for fun, and peace on earth.